For those of you who have told 5 ladies, if you don't get pregnant for me, I'm not going to marry you, because I know as human, you are scared that after marriage, that lady might not conceive for you. We've had several cases. I understand your pain. That's the reason why I've taken time to put some information together to help you understand the factors you should look out for in a lady that guides you, or that will give you a guide on whether this lady is going to be fertile or not. You don't necessarily have to test all waters. Oh, I need to be sleeping with 5 ladies at once. Anyone with a enter, bam, I'm paying your bride price. No, bro. No. Let me teach you. Carry your pen and paper right now. When you look at a lady and you want to marry, the size of her breasts does not mean she's fertile. Hey, it could even be breast enlargement. The size of her butt or the broadness of how broad her waist is not one of the factors. If you want to look at those things, those ones should be because you want your lady to have a certain curve, a certain shape, no problem. But when you're talking about fertility, bro, you gotta look beyond that. Now let's start quickly. Number 1 factor: regular menstrual cycle. Does your lady see her period every month? She's not living with me, but you should have such conversations with her. If you're dating to marry, there are certain conversations you gotta start having, bro. Hey babes, what's up? What's going on? What time of the month are you? Not only when you want to sleep with her, not only when you want to sleep with her, like, you'll be asking her about her period. You can have some sensitive conversations. Do you see your period often? Oh, I noticed last month you never mentioned anything about your period. Did you get your period last month? And she'll be like, sure, yeah. Or she'll be like, I don't even know what's happening, no. For 2 months now, I've not seen my period, though. I'm not even pregnant, but I don't just know. Okay? That should be one sign you should look out for. Ask your lady, have you seen your period? Have that discussion. It's not a bad question. Now, a lady who sees her period every month is more likely to get pregnant than a lady who sees her period intermittently. So it can come and then 2 months later it skips, comes again. There is a hormonal imbalance somewhere. Now note, the reason for this explanation is not for you to dump any lady who tells you her period is inconsistent. No. It's for you to have an idea of what the problem is. Now this is the mistake we make. You get information and you just say, any woman will just say she needs her period, I don't run, no, she's not going to be fertile. No, I'm giving you this information so that when you ask the right question, you can now channel the energy like, okay, what could be the problem? You've not seen your period for 3 months. You've done pregnancy tests, it's negative. Babe, don't you think we should visit the hospital? We can run some tests to know what the issue is. Now, when you know what the issue is, you can solve that problem even before proposing to her. If you know your lady has got some fertility issues, or you're suspecting because of the questions you've asked, you can now channel your resources and time before the marriage towards solving that problem before even putting the ring. But the mistake a lot of us make is that we bring the people into the marriage before we now start identifying the problem, and that takes a long time to solve. Likewise, the men. I will talk about questions you should ask a man to know if he's fertile another day. But for today, does your lady see her period every month? Menstruation is one of the key factors to fertility. You cannot get pregnant if you don't menstruate. Know this and know peace. And as a lady, have you noticed that your period is not consistent? It is time to take action. Okay? That's number 1 question. Number 2 question. Baby, do you see that whitish, slippery discharge every month? Or your babe tells you, your woman tells you, oh babe, I'm ovulating. You'll be like, oh, okay, interesting. What is this ovulation, Seth? What is it about? Can you just, tell me about it? And she begins to tell you, now, that thing that it makes me feel this way. And then you ask questions like, okay, so when you pee, when you clean up, do you see any whitish, slippery discharge like okra water? Do you see something like that regularly? And she'll be like, I used to see it before, but now I'm not more seeing it again. It will just be paining me, but I'm not seeing the discharge. That is one sign that there may be issues with fertility. Okay, but she tells you, yeah, it's very slippery. I mean, my own self, you can't be like, say, drop us okra. You'll be like, you're smiling inside you. You'll be like, okay. That means she might not really have issues with fertility. Do you understand? Because she has regular menstrual cycle, she ovulates every month. But if she says she doesn't, consistently tells you, I don't see it, you begin to know that, okay, we need to channel, solution towards this direction. Can we go and look for what the problem is? Maybe can we do ovulation tracking? Can we go to the hospital now that we are not even married, but we are dating towards marriage? Do you get? The third thing to look out for, I know this one is very, very funny, and I know a lot of people might want to come for me, but I'm going to talk it. I'm going to say it. I'm a nurse. You hear me? So, if you notice your woman having hairs around her chest, or growing biabia, begins to have some beards around, this area, Maybe it wasn't there before. All of a sudden, you started noticing it. Or maybe you approach a woman. I notice that she's very hairy, especially around her chest and around the chin here. You should ask some questions like, baby, sorry, I love you. I love your look. I love this. I love that. But I just want to ask a question. When did you start noticing hairs around your chest? Or when did you start noticing, I'm not talking about those 1 or 2 strands of hairs. I mean, there are women who grow beards, really, yeah. And they have to actually shave it. Ask questions like, at what point did this start happening? When you were born as a teenager, did you notice it? Do you get? Now, if she tells you, I've known myself to be this way ever since I was born, or ever since I was a teenager, or I just started noticing this, irrespective of whenever she noticed it, as long as there are hairs around the chest, she's growing beards here, it could be just one of each, either here, or the two at the same time. Know that there may be some hormone imbalance. Yes. Now, there is a hormone called androgen that actually regulates the production of hairs in a man. That's why you see most men, their hair pattern and everything around their chest or grow beards. A woman ideally is not supposed to grow hairs on her chest or here or on her beards, or sorry, on the chin. But when that happens, it means she's got excess of this male hormone called androgen. If you do a hormone profile test, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Those women might likely have issues with fertility. Do not run away from them. There is a solution to every of this problem. When you see that, you know you've got something to deal with before marriage. Oh, babe, let's go to the hospital. Can we do a hormone profile test? Or you just go and say, oh, doctor, my babe or my baby, my this is growing hairs or has hairs here, and I'm a bit worried. I just want to do a hormone profile test. If it comes out that androgen hormones are much, there are things to take. She can be placed on estrogen hormone medication to just, make it possible for her estrogen, which is a female sex hormone, to overtake the androgen. The hairs might still be there, but internally, the hormone makeup might become a bit balanced. Do you understand me? So ask these questions instead of looking at who has big breast and who has big pom-pom. Because the size of each of these structures you're looking at will not, it will not directly mean that the person is fertile. They are only there for beautification. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do not go and be testing all waters. Ask relevant questions. Does she menstruate every month? Does she see ovulation? That is the white stretching mucus that comes out every month from a woman's genital area. Does she have hairs around her chest or beards? That might be a sign. I'm going to be talking about the men very soon. You think it's only women that have fertility issues? You don't know what's coming for you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Facebook. It's Ask Nurse ID. And I'll be serving you hot. I'll be serving you hot. Please follow us on all social media platforms. I'll be giving you information that are relevant per time. Bye.